Uber protests have been going on throughout the nation for several months, and they are even creeping into international territories, most recently Canada. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and this is a video for my Canadian brothers and sisters, because we sometimes forget here on the Apptrepreneur channel, and sometimes other channels, is that Uber is actually fairly global. They are in other they're in other countries, sorry, a little flub there. They are in the UK, where there has been lots of talk about problems there. They were in China for a while before Didi Chuxing, pretty much chased them out, and they're in Canada. And just like America, Canadians get screwed on the payment, the benefits, the time off, particularly the payment. I mean, I understand that benefits and stuff it'd be nice to have, but you are an independent contractor. I'd be okay with buying my own benefits so long as you just paid me decently. And, well, they are taking a page from our book. They have actually issued, a lot of drivers have gotten together and have issued a joint statement saying they want Uber to pay them better and maybe give them a little bit of respect as well. However, before we talk about any of that, let's have a word from our sponsors.
Thanks, Kevin. Hi, I'm Jonathan with gigworker.com, and we've been commissioned to conduct a survey by an insurance company that's getting ready to put out a new insurance product specifically for Uber and Lyft drivers. But they want to get some information from drivers that will help them tweak the insurance so it really fits our needs. So I wanted to invite you to participate in the survey because they're going to use your answers to help them design the cheapest Uber and Lyft insurance available. Not only will it be cheaper, but it will cover a lot more, like lost wages when you can't work because your car is in the shop. Think about that. So if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, would you take about 5 minutes to complete the survey? Kevin said he'll leave a link down below in the description. If you could click on that at the end of the video, that would be great.
From Global Wire News, I believe that's what this website is called. Right now, my bar is blocking it. So either way, I'll have a link to it below just in case I'm wrong. And the headline says, Toronto Uber drivers join UFCW Canada calling for fair pay and respect. So this is pretty much just a statement at the Uber's Drivers United press conference. Amidst a major unionization drive that has seen hundreds of Uber drivers in Toronto join UFCW Canada, Uber drivers and their union held a media conference today at the Sheraton Centre Hotel in downtown Toronto to discuss the challenges that drivers are facing and redress that they and their union are seeking from Uber. At the conference, drivers spoke about the host of issues that make driving for Uber a low-paying, unfair, and at times unsafe job, which we've been talking about quite a bit. For example, Uber drivers do not get paid sick days, vacation days, or extended health coverage, and must cover their own fuel and repair costs, which is fairly typical of an independent contractor, I want to add. They also have no access to workers' compensation if they are injured at work and when operating costs and hours of work are accounted for, often making below minimum wage. Quote, Uber calls us partners, but we have absolutely no say about our working conditions or even being able to take a bathroom break. Ijaz But, that's an unfortunate name. Let's just call him Ijaz. Oh gosh, that's so unfortunate all around. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you E. An Uber driver who helped start the union drive told reporters at the conference, we know we make a lot of money for Uber, but in return, we get treated like we don't matter. Bingo! And that's entirely by design. We've talked about this a lot. Uber does not care about you. Heck, they've only really even started talking about driver fairness recently because California is threatening to regulate their butts. And really, the way they've handled it, I hope we do. But continuing. E was joined by other Uber drivers who are seeking fair pay and respect from their employer and who have chosen UFCW Canada as their voice at work. Which, by the way, this is what you need in the States. You need, and I know that we kind of have that over here. We have like Drivers United, and we've got the Chicago organization and the Denver organization, the Florida organization. All those organizations need to come together to create one organization, and that organization can have different offices so that they can negotiate with Uber for everyone. Come up with a set of demands, wants, desires, what you need, and have this one organization negotiate on everyone's part. I personally nominate Drivers United. I mean, I'm a little biased. I know people there. However, they also threw one of the only strikes that got media attention, so they seem to have a little better idea of what they're doing than other groups out there. Although I haven't heard much from them recently. So, and we were supposed to do a podcast, so I don't know what happened there. But anyway, companies like Uber who can hire and fire drivers and fully dictate the terms of employment should be held accountable for the well-being of their employees, said Paul Menema. I'm sorry, the national president of UFCW Canada. Uber is the employer, the drivers are the employees. The technology is just a management tool and the company should adhere to our labor laws, the UFCW Canada leader remarked. By joining UFCW, Uber drivers are now in alliance with 250,000 workers across Canada, said Pablo Godoy, national coordinator of gig and platform employer initiatives at UFCW Canada. Our union has decades of experience organizing workers to achieve respect, dignity, and fairness at work, and that is exactly what we will be asking of Uber. Now, here's the thing. I have to be honest, and I have to be fair. I have to be frank. I'm not a Canadian citizen. I don't really know how Canadian law works. I know in America, you technically can't strike or unionize unless you're an employee. I don't know if that's the way it is in Canada. It'll be interesting to see. However, that's just from my personal experience, so who knows? Maybe some of my Canadian readers can tell me if this is in fact true. In addition to issues surrounding pay, benefits, and health and safety, drivers have also expressed concerns about harassment from customers and unfair rating systems that can lead to drivers being removed from the Uber platform through no fault of their own. And I have personally argued many, many times, I don't think the rating system should actually be there. If you're an independent contractor, maybe the rating system can be there. I'll take that back. However, whether or not it should mean you can get deactivated. That should not be a feature because you're an independent contractor. If you're an independent contractor, you can accept a ride. The rider can see what your star grade is, and they can choose to cancel if they want. That's how it should work. But Uber likes to control everyone. So, in response to these concerns, UFCW Canada has launched a new major campaign that empowers Uber drivers to join the union and has also created a website called Uber Drivers United, where drivers can contact the union and join the movement to achieve fairness at Uber. The website also details ways that Uber customers and concerned citizens can help support Uber drivers in their campaign for fair pay, respect, and a voice on the job. To learn more about this groundbreaking campaign, visit the Uber Drivers United website. Obviously, that will be linked below in the article. About UFCW Canada, UFC Canada represents more than 250,000 union workers across the country working in food, retail, and processing, transportation, health, logistics, warehousing, agriculture, hospitality, manufacturing, and the security and professional sector. So they actually cover a few of the employment sectors that Uber does. UFCW Canada is the country's most innovative organization dedicated to building fairness in workplaces and communities. UFCW Canada members are your neighbors who work at your local grocery stores, hotels, airport, food courts, taxi firms, car rental agencies, nursing home, restaurants, food processing plants, and thousands of other locations across the country. To find out more about UFCW and its groundbreaking work, visit www.ufcw.ca, and there's contact information. So if anyone is in Canada, wants to know a little bit about this, you can call this number, email this person, tell them the Apptrepreneur sent you. Who knows, maybe he would like to come on the show and talk to us about what his strategy is to get Uber to play fair, because I've seen a lot of these, and I think we're getting closer. I mean, certainly the government's taken notice, and the strikes, the strike got national news attention and bumped the name of a royal baby's name, the reveal of a royal baby's name, off the top trending. So people are starting to notice. And it's so nice to see even Canada. And this is what I'm telling people. This is why the protests are important. Well, I've come to this realization. It's not like I always believe this, so I can't claim credit for that. But I've been telling people recently, even if, Uber and Lyft didn't get hurt financially, they can't ignore this forever. They can't ignore it when it's nationwide. We're having these protests across the United States, in the UK. Canada is certainly just joined in. who knows how much farther it can go? I wouldn't be surprised if there were protests in every single nation. And Uber can't leave them all every time the government wants to regulate them. So really, Uber, if I was you, I would just pay the drivers a little better. Just pay them a little better, charge the customers more, figure it out. You don't want it to get to this point. I don't think even we want to get to this point, but you're leaving us no choice. So I get comments all the time from both sides. There's a lot of people who say, please stop doing this. I don't want to be an employee. And then there's other people who's like, I want to be an employee. And then you have people in the middle who's like, I don't want to be an employee, but I sure as heck feel like an employee. Uber could have avoided all of this years ago, and they never did. So, yeah, good for you, Canada. You have my support for whatever it means. I'm just a talking head in YouTube, but you have it. So, there you go. Anyway, what about all of you? Do you agree with this? Are you from Canada? Are you going to join this union? I would love to know. So, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. Also, if gas prices get you just a little down, check out the Get Upside app below. It's totally free, but you get cash back on every gas purchase. If you want more content from me, consider checking out the Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. It's a little different from what I do on this channel, but I think you might enjoy it nonetheless. And if you want to talk to me or other fellow rideshare people, check us out on Facebook at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.